why that's more celebrated than a man standing up for his integrity. Because at the end of the day, I like the fact that professionalism, we throwing hands in any instance and situation. What am I holding professionalism for? I just got slapped in front of the world. So that's why all men need to train in case something like that happen. You know what I'm talking about? Don't never let nobody do that to you. I don't care what you said, what you got going on. Never let nobody slap you. There's no justified reason on the planet Earth that any man on the planet will let another man slap him. I don't care what I've said, what I've done, what's going on. It's no reason that you get to slap me and I'm apologizing. I don't want that to be a thing. You know what I'm talking about? Hell no. So all of that, the bigger person stuff, forget all of that. That's out the window with me. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm just gonna say that too, because I don't like that projection that, oh, Chris did the right thing. Nah, the right thing is defending yourself. It's, you know, the right thing is defending yourself in any and every situation. I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm not celebrating that. The biggest thing that I'm celebrating is the fact that he said, I ain't calling. I don't even know if he said he's not going to call the police. That might be fake. I don't know. You understand me? Because there's a lot of fake propaganda going around. You feel me? But I just wanted to give y'all that higher level observation because it's easy to go to the lowest common denominator, and that's violence. You feel me? But the reality of it is while we looking at each other as the biggest enemies, man, they snatching up our women left and right. Go look at every powerful black woman that's in a seat of power. There's a white man behind her, not a black man. Cory Booker might have been standing up for the sister that's about to be on Supreme Court justice, but she going to home to make a family with that white man. So how we go claim that we standing up and doing something if our women that get in power, that get into this world, they can't wait. You understand me? And when they want to feel like they want to achieve something in this world, it's too many of them crossing over to that side. Why? Every black woman in political power got a white spouse. I want y'all to think about that for a second. So there are roles that's being flipped, and these are women that are in positions of masculinity and power, and they go get a white man for that. There's a lot that we need to discuss in culture to be understood. You say Barack Obama, the first lady was not in power. That is a difference. She was not in power. When they want to clear you for those positions of being in power, they go look at all of them. Go name any of them. They all have white spouses. That's how they get cleared. That's how the game works. Y'all might not like what I say, but it's the truth. It's the facts. And it's how the way we need to think in culture. I'm impressed by two things. Unity. You understand me? Because we ain't had that in our culture, and longevity. Because we have movements that come, rise, and fall. So when I see something that lasts a long time, I'm impressed by it. When I see us coming together, unified, I'm impressed by it. Because those are the only two things we haven't accomplished in culture. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, miss me with everything else. I had to get my full perspective so that it's not misarranged. And the last but not least part is the fact that everybody say, well, Will Smith slapped a white man. That's because the man tried to kiss him. That was a quick trigger defense reaction. And I would have he slapped Chris Rock harder than the white dude. He gave a little peck. Ain't no, man, you try to kiss me, I'm slapping you, dog damage. I don't even know what that means, but it sound like it hurt. Just like I'm talking about, you know, feel me?
Like, what did the 5 things
say to the, like you would have, like, people would have known from that moment not to play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have left the whole tattoo on that man's side of his face. You know what I'm talking about? Big handprint. You know what I'm talking about? And I probably wouldn't even slap. I probably would have chin checked him. You're right. I probably would have turned around and tried to knock him out, so he would have had to wake up and think about that. You know what I'm talking about? So I just wanted to say that last point. Those are not two contextual things to look at as similar activities for justification. And at the end of the day, you know, how a man protects his family, he always justified. So be careful how you disrespect somebody. You feel me? Because if a man feels like he'll kill you for disrespecting his family, then don't disrespect his family. If a man feel like he'll slap you for disrespecting his family, don't disrespect his family. If a man feel like he will beat you for disrespecting his family, don't disrespect his family. You know, anytime you put yourself on front stage to disrespect another person, you have to be willing to deal with the consequences. That's all I'm going to say. Appreciate y'all tapping in, man.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Eli Talks TV. I'm back with another vid. I want to come on here and chat with y'all just a little bit, man. Just catch up with y'all on a topic that I was just, in the barbershop discussing not too long ago. But in that barbershop, right, we were talking about real world type of things that were going on and how people are no longer asleep towards the schemes and plots of this government, towards the schemes and plots towards the people, and towards the sudden agendas that they've set out for everybody to follow and abide by. I want y'all to do a quick replay, a quick relap over what has happened during this pandemic, what we have gathered during this pandemic. Are people self-improving, or are people falling victim to their own hellhole? Now, it's either you have grown during this pandemic or you slowed down. Now, I hate to break it to you, but a lot of people have slowed down. A lot of people have lost their pivot and who they are becoming, because a lot of people are no longer becoming. There's a lot of spiritually dead people out here. You feel me? There's a lot of people who once ignored their problems, and now their problems are coming back to haunt them. Their problems are coming back to bite them in the ass. Why? Because for so long, they've ignored the very things that were done in the dark. They say in that saying, what's done in the dark shall come to the light. So if you do something long enough, right, in the dark, if you do it long enough, sooner or later it will come to the light. Sooner or later you will be exposed. Sooner or later you will have to deal with this internal battle that a lot of people are facing. Now, nobody is wanting to face themselves. Nobody is wanting to take accountability. Nobody is wanting to look at themselves as, okay, maybe I'm the protagonist in this situation. Maybe I am the protagonist in my own life. Maybe I am the one who's holding me back. See, there's a lot of people that are noticing that not only are the people around them holding them back, but they themselves are holding them back. You feel me? There's a lot of people that are self-actualizing their own lives because they've realized that they've wasted time. And so now time is a commodity. Time is energy, you know what I'm saying? And time is something that we can no longer waste because we're running out of that. And you see it with the agendas that are being pushed. You're seeing it with the type of world that we are now entering and being introduced by. Because now things will change for the better or for the worse. So you got to ask yourself, are you going to change with the world, or are you going to let the world change you? You feel me? You have to change yourself in order to change the world. You understand me? You cannot let the world change you. So many people have let the world change their world internally and externally. What do I mean by that? They no longer control themselves. They no longer control who they are because they are subjected by the world's point of view on who they should become, and they are subjected by their own emotions. No one has their own moral compass anymore. Everyone is losing their moral compass. Why? Because they have lost the ability to feel. Walking zombies, spiritually dead. People nowadays are spiritually dead. And I want to touch on that because there are a lot of people who are becoming almost nonsensical to how they treat people, how they talk to people, how people interact with people anymore. It's almost nonsensical. Now it's like there's no respect for human dignity anymore. You understand me? There's no respect for a person no more. Everyone is just out here doing each other wrong. Everyone is just out here expressing how they feel. It's no logic behind it. There's no value behind what they're saying. It's just how we feel in the moment. And so now you have to worry about this. Are we being a generation that's raised on progression? Or are we being a generation that's raised on how we feel? You understand me? We cannot be a generation based on feelings. because feelings don't get the job done. Feelings don't get us to a logical standpoint in how we need to move forward and push forward as a, not only as a society, but as a human race. You understand me? What happens when everybody's in their feelings? When everybody is in a feeling, and I just felt a way. I felt like you offended me. I felt like you did this to me. I felt like you said this to me. I felt like you looked at me the wrong way. So now I'm gonna shoot you. Now I'm gonna kill you. Now I'm gonna buy me a gun or a pistol, or, you understand me? Just because I felt a certain way. What happens when logic is no longer a part of the equation on how we deal with people? It gets dangerous, folks, because now you are looking at a whole anarchy. Now you are looking at a whole bunch of people that are enslaved to their feelings. And you might as well just be a zombie at that point, because what do zombies do? Zombies just eat flesh. Zombies have no feelings. Zombies don't sit there and go, hold up, wait a minute. I might not want to do this to this person because this might hurt them. No, zombies eat flesh. They like, shit, this is how I feel in the moment. I feel like I'm hungry. I'm hungry for brains. And you got something that I need. So I'm going to take that from you. A lot of people are acting like that now. I don't know if y'all seen the shift. I don't know if y'all are experiencing that shift. But a lot of people are acting like zombies almost. Because they are no longer having compassion for what people are and what people are made of. They want something from you. A lot of people just want something from you, and whatever you cannot provide that thing, they move on to the next one, almost like energy vampires. But we're going to stay on topic. Yes, this is happening. This is more prevalent because we are living in a time, right? In a nation that no longer preserves self-actualization, no longer preserves the ability to look at self, no longer preserves the ability to have a Christ-like heart towards anybody else. Now everybody else is out for self, and that's dangerous. So what happens, right? When you are so consumed with self that you are no longer able to look at what am I doing in this moment that's prohibiting me and my family or my brothers or my sisters or the people around me to upgrade in my life. What's that? It might be you. It might not be always be the person that's done this to you. It might not be always the person that's done that or said that to you. It might just be you. If you change your response, if you change your perspective, if you change the way you look at things and the way you handle people, then people will change and look at you and handle you in a totally different light. Why? Because the world has to respond. God has to respond to how you respond to the world. The world is only going to respond how you give it's your energy, you know what I'm saying? However way that you are preserving your life force, meaning your soul, your spirit, is how the world will perceive you. That's how you will be received. Because you cannot have a life of positivity if you are so medicated on negativity. You cannot have a life of positive people and positive outcomes and positive circumstances if you have a life predicated on doing people wrong, talking about people, cursing people out, wanting to do this and that. Bro, you will forever have a hard knock life. You understand me? Because you have not realized you are the issue. And if you keep going down that route, you will continuously suffer. Why? Because you will not change your perspective. You will not change who you are. It don't matter where you go, man. It don't matter who you interact with. It don't matter where you go. It don't matter how many trips you go on. It don't matter where you go. Dog, if your mind ain't right, then that same environment that you try to escape from will follow you. It will follow you into the next environment, and then to the next environment, and then to the next environment. And it'll just be a bunch of spiritually dead walking zombies right? Attacking each other because nobody knows their purpose. Nobody knows how to control their emotions. Nobody knows how to preserve, how to isolate, how to think for others. Not only, not just think for others, but how to preserve themselves while trying to find themselves, while trying to find God, while trying to find peace. Instead, everybody's just blowing up. Instead, everybody's just pointing the blame, pointing the finger. Y'all seen it with our boy, man, Will Smith. I hate to bring him up right now, but I have to. Will Smith, he blew up in that moment. I don't blame him for what he did, because I guess in that feeling, he felt, well, that's what we were talking about. He felt justified. He felt right in that decision. He felt, because I felt like it. I felt like I had to go up there and prove myself to my wife and show not only her, but the world that I am a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just this pushover. But what happens, right, when we fall victim to feelings in the wrong instance, in the wrong moment, then what? You can fall victim to feeling, do something to somebody, and then serve 10 years, serve 5 years. You can fall victim to your feelings, do something to somebody, and then no longer be able to see your family no more. Then you're going to be wishing, damn, I should have done that. Damn, I should have just kept my composure. It wasn't even that deep. Really, it was just a joke. Really, they just said something. I could brush that off my shoulders. I done went through more than that in life. Understand me? I done went through more than that. You got to look at stuff like that. You done been through more than that in life to let somebody's words affect you. You have made it to such a standpoint in life that I'd be damned if I let somebody think that they can affect me by their words. If you are affected by words, you are affected by the opinions of others. Which means that you are no longer in control of your own mind. Which means you are no longer in control of your own thoughts. And when somebody else can affect your thoughts and affect affect the way that you think, they can affect your emotions. They can affect your mind, because the emotions are the key to the soul. It's the key to the mind. You feel me? When we got people who can say certain things about us and we break down, that means they got some type of control over us. That means that they got some type of thing going on where somehow they can have a specific trigger on the way that we interact, the way that we see the world, the way that we try to view things. You feel me? And a lot of times that's dangerous, because you got to ask yourself, who has the ability to pull on your heartstrings? Who has that ability? You don't need people to have that type of ability over you, because if they have that type of ability, then that's dangerous for not only you, but for them. Because then they could get whatever they want from you. You feel me? They can get whatever they want. They can talk however they want. And they can do whatever the hell they want, because they have something on you. You feel me? They have something that they know about you that they can pull on and they can tug on. So what happened with Will, everybody knows that Will has a situation with his wife. And everybody knows that they can pull on him at his heartstring, at his emotional trigger, and trigger him by talking about his wife. You feel me? And that's what they did. They talked about his wife, and so that was a trigger for him, and he reacted in an emotional state, and that set him back. So that's what I'm trying to get to y'all. What happens when people are no longer able to control their emotions, no longer able to observe a situation and look at it from a logical standpoint? Is this really that bad, or am I just overreacting, or am I just having to am I just doing too much right now in this moment? Does this person really deserve my time, my effort, my energy, or are they just pulling at my heartstrings? They just pulling at you know what I'm saying, who I am as an individual. You gotta ask yourself that. You understand me? And once you figure out who's in your circle and who's good for you and who's not good for you, then you can figure out, okay, this is how I find my purpose. with this person, with that person, with this situation, with that situation. You understand me? That's where emotional intelligence comes in logic, because that's what God blesses us with. He blesses us with logic. Men, you should be logical creatures. I don't care what anybody else is talking about. Don't believe all that hype. Talking about you should be emotional and be vulnerable. And man, you're gonna have a bunch of gay pimps running around this motherfucker. You're gonna have a bunch of gay thugs running around. Man, come on now. Bro, men don't need to be like hella emotional. Yes, it's okay to cry. Just it's okay to express your emotions and express how you feel in that moment. But bro, there's also a time and place. You can't always want to express yourself. Sometimes you do have to walk away from certain individuals and circumstances. Sometimes you do have to seem like the lesser man in that circumstance. But at the same time, it keeps you and everybody else around you safe. It keeps all of y'all at a good pace in life. But when you have an emotional man dealing with a logical woman, that causes for a chaotic home, a chaotic household. Why? Because now you're running out of alignment with how God created the both of you. God created the woman to be emotional, not the man. Now, when the man is being emotional and the woman is not, that's a problem. You can't be more emotional than your woman, bro, because then she ain't gonna have no rock to lean on. She gonna look at you like, well, goddamn, I might as well have married a woman. I might as well had dated another woman. Why the hell am I going out with you? Why the hell am I married to you? If you can't even control yourself, you should be able to brush this type of shit off. Understand me? You shouldn't be reacting like how I would react. Even if I did want you to stand up in that instance, you should have still handled it like a king. Went backstage, talked to him. Hey, bro, you know what time it is. Don't be disrespecting my wife like that. She got this condition going on, and you disrespecting her, whether you knew it or not. That's enough with the jokes. You chill out. That's enough. You started that for like years and years and years. It was funny then, but it's not funny now. I need you to be more serious, bro. I need you to be more serious, or else things will get to that point. That's how you handle it. You feel me? That's how you handle it, but not in the public eye. A lot of people are handling situations that are small and minuscule in the public eye out of rage because they do not know how to control their emotions. And so when you have a society that's not built on emotional intelligence, you have a bunch of brainless zombies. You have a bunch of walking dead human beings that are just living just to live, not really living to experience, not really living to love, not really living to serve, but living to get something from somebody, gain something from somebody, and just sit there and leech because they're low on energy, because they're low on gratitude, because they're low on life force energy. Man, we can only get that life force energy from God, though. And I feel like when you have a godless society, this is the type of stuff that you will see. It will be chaotic. Why? Because their God operates through chaos. Our God does not operate that way. Our God does not operate in confusion. Understand? There's clarity with God. There's order with God. There is peace with God, joy with God. When you don't have that, you don't have God in that relationship, in that business, in that job. It don't matter what you're doing. You have got to have God involved with everything that you do. And it's hard to live by. It's easier to say. We are all living this life to find something, to be somebody, to feel something. Everybody is just trying to feel something. That's why everybody has resorted to the metaverse and social media, because they're trying to feel something. And they go out and they party and, you know, all that good stuff because they're trying to feel something. And they have a lot of sex because they're trying to feel something that can only be gifted and granted by, first of all, looking within yourself. Second of all, serving God. Third of all, knowing how to preserve your own energy, AI, environments, people, you know what I'm saying? The type of stuff you entertain. This is the type of stuff that we gotta look at, you know what I'm saying? And if we can't look at that as a society, bro, then we in danger, dog. You're gonna have a bunch of emotional motherfuckers running around this bitch. And you're gonna have, excuse my language, but you're gonna have a bunch of emotional people running around making decisions, trying to create order out of chaos. It's gonna be all chaotic. Why? Because emotion is temporary. Emotion is only, it's what feels good in the moment, but long term it does not serve you. Long term it'll mess up your whole life because you decide to make this emotional attachment or this emotional bond with something that's really not good for you, but it feels good in the moment. So what would you rather do? As a society, we have to ask ourselves, what would we rather do? Would we rather sacrifice and give up short-term pleasure, or would we rather give into our emotions and what feels good in the moment? Because we've been doing that for years, y'all, and that ain't got us nowhere but hurt, broken relationships, and lost causes. You feel me? So that's all I wanted to say today, y'all. It's probably the only video I'm gonna be, uploading with this outfit on. I know I had my other outfit on, but I might just start dressing like this. Hey, I don't know, But y'all stay tuned, man. I'm trying to bring this outside. I'm trying to bring my channel outside. That way y'all can see me in the sun, and I'm walking around. Y'all can see the environments and all that. You feel me? I know y'all probably get tired of just seeing me in my room talking to myself. So I want to get out more. I want to walk. It's good for me. And I feel like I can get more off my chest that way, and more clarity can come to me while I'm, outside. So that's all I wanted to say to y'all. That's the general message for today. Stay tuned to the next video. And this was about emotions, walking dead, spiritually dead, and not knowing how to preserve your emotions. Because a lot of people don't know how to do it. So it's been easy, y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. See y'all on the next video. It's Eli Talks, and I'm out this thing. Deuces.